Hello, everybody, and welcome to eDIOCRACY, the show in which a bunch of idiots that have no clue in what the heck they are doing sit down and save the world. Once again, I am joined by the boys.
Hello.
Hiya.
And today, we are back into the path to Supernova as we are going to continue where we left off last time. And speaking of last time, we left on quite a cliffhanger, as I think a couple cool things went down. You should probably go check out the previous episode before this one. You should check out. You should check out the. Shut up, okay? You should check out the episode right before the. God damn it, guys!
Ooga.
If you haven't seen the previous episode, go watch that. But other than that, I think it's time for us to hop on in and get into the bullshit.
I actually don't remember what happened last time, so...
We're gonna die.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I love this part.
Yeah.
Pretty accurate.
So,
I rolled a 3.
last time we left off in the path to Supernova. Our great party sat down and had some amazing drinks and food and everything to rest up after a very, very long day of bullshit. And then they headed off on a grand quest. And after, actually, I don't remember a whole lot. I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't remember like a whole lot of what happened. I'm gonna have to go back and like look at notes and things. Okay, no, don't remind me. We're gonna be here all day trying to figure this out. So basically, these amazing people ended up in Crazy Dave's house at some point after visiting the Dwarven city through the back little section, going through some tunnels and stuff because, chasing down Mage Killer and stuff like that. And basically, it's a long quest to chase down this one guy who ended up doing some very terrible things, such as killing off our beloved Doran. And so they have moved on to finally starting to track down the Mage Killer a little. Well, the party unfortunately was not able to track down the Mage Killer, but decided to take a little time to themselves to rest and enjoy what they could from the night after witnessing recently the loss of their friend Torin and the loss of their new friend Dio. And so, after one last night of resting, it is finally time for them to get serious into the competition. And so, Gel and Bata decide that they are going to have a grand fight to end all fights and see which one of them will come on top and make it on to the next round of the competition. And so, in a no-holds battle, they go into the town square, take their arms, and are just about to fight when they see a storm cloud approach overhead. A lightning strikes down on top of the fountain, and out appears the Mage Killer. The Mage Killer looks out upon the crowd watching as Gel and Batter are about to beat each other to the death. Okay, maybe not to the death, but beat each other senseless. And the Mage Killer screams out into the crowd, "Merlin! Show yourself, you coward!" And he fires off a spell right at the crowd, and just then we on to the next screen. And just then you see appearing just in front of the section where the crowd is, Merlin appears in front of everyone, and you see him cast out a spell, putting up a barrier to temporarily stop the spell itself. And as Merlin looks over at him, you see him start to take off his many rings, and his cloak flies completely off, and all that's left is a little bit of his magical robes, and he looks pissed. And so, if you give me just a moment and Foundry wants to work, I would love to show you this amazing, amazing thing of Merlin. It would be great. It would actually be great if Foundry worked for a change. That'd be actually amazing.
Oh, you know it's real when the old man
Ooh.
takes his rings off.
And so Merlin looks at him pretty pissed, and you notice actually his ears, as he throws off the cloak, his ears sprout out into pointy edges, as he is in fact not a human, but in fact an elf. And he looks straight out at the mage killer and goes, "If you want me, you can have me. Except I will not let you hurt anyone else in this competition. Screw traditions. This is between me and you." And with that, Merlin seems to get super serious, as I need everyone to please roll for initiative.
So me and you still fighting?
Okay,
Come
cool.
on,
It's
get
just
your
me that-
popcorn here. Place your bets. Place your
I
bets
got-
here in this hat.
I got 19. That's what I was wondering myself. Are we
I got a
still
16.
fighting, or are we just watching?
Bets here.
I got-
Place your bets. Who's gonna win, Merlin or this dark wizard guy? Who's gonna win? Who you guys thinking? Place your bets.
Okay,
You got a
Gel.
12.
Okay,
I
Gel.
got 14 gold on Merlin.
Alex, what is your initiative?
I said 19.
Okay, I couldn't hear you. Okay, Dazu.
5.
Damn. Dazu doesn't want
Novos.
to fight. 16.
16. Manara.
12.
12. Okay, and then we've got Bada's in there. Okay, cool. So, we are going to start this off with a good thing here. Take that and... boom. Okay, so we're going to start this off with Merlin. Merlin has just deflected an attack from the Mage Killer and is now going to start his turn. Merlin he glances back, not necessarily looking at all of you, but kind of glances back toward the crowd just a little bit, and then he looks straight at the Mage Killer, and he goes, "I don't know who you are, other than people who are being contestants in my grand competition. But if you're as powerful as you seem to be, then I'm going to need your help. Please get these civilians as far away from here as possible, as this is about to get really dangerous really fast." And with that, he is going to run forward. And as he runs forward, he is then going to immediately... you see a storm, kind of cloud appear above the Mage Killer himself, as he is going to be casting Storm Sphere right above him. And as he does this, you see, as the Storm Sphere kind of appears, you see that the Mage Killer himself turns invisible. As he looks up, and it just turns invisible. And as he does that, Merlin... You hear Merlin go, "Shit, he's got that!" And from there, you see him walk forward, and you see almost like a blue glow appear in front of him before he also turns invisible.
You know, I should have put the see invisibility spell on my worksheet, but it's fine.
And with that, we're going to move on. It is on to Gel.
I guess Gale is, instead of going to fight, is going to just like turn to like every people in the crowd and just be like, "Okay, guys, you heard him. Back off."
Okay, show's over. Move
Bets are
along.
final. All bets are final. Please evacuate immediately.
Sorry, no refund. So
No refunds.
You heard the man.
You hear
heard
what
the
you hear
man.
one of the people
Yeah,
from the
back
crowd
up.
just like, I didn't pay not to see a fight. Fight!
well,
Fine.
you're about to get you're about to get a bit more than you paid for if you don't run.
I guess Gale is going to run up to God, this is... I'm gonna run
Anyway,
up to
Gale casts
Bada.
Fireball.
Okay, so Gale, you're gonna run up. You're gonna try to run up to battle.
I'm gonna run up to Bada and I'm
Okay,
gonna-
so
just
as you run
punch
up,
him.
you get about right here when you hear just a loud, "Ah!" And you see a crater about 5 feet wide right in front of your feet up here, and you see what looks to be a pretty much a half elf, half halfling, kind of stand up, and he kind of brushes himself off a little bit and just goes, "Ah, gosh. Man, he could have thrown me at least a little better. Oh, gosh. Oh, my back." Ugh, and he stands up, kind of stretches and everything. And he looks around and he goes, "Well, why is everyone just kind of standing here just looking at me? Like had made some weird entrance or something.
Who's
I mean,
this guy?
seriously."
Who is this guy? Who is this? A clown?
So, and,
Oh, he's tiny.
And yeah, and so yeah, he's a half elf and halfling. And he looks around at everyone and he goes, "Wait a minute. This is kind of odd. Has the fight already begun?"
Yeah.
Which fight are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I ended up getting a... Oh, sorry. I should probably introduce myself, and it would make things a little easier for everyone. Well, the name's Quinn. I am one of the 5 aces of the Guild of Hestia, and I have come here to assist, a matter of great importance, I believe. Does any of you know where Merlin is? And right then you see Merlin and the Mage Killer appear once again. Poof. A fireball erupts between both of them, and they both fly backwards, kind of stopping their movements as they slide across the ground and then turn invisible again. And Quinn just looks over and goes, "I see. Well, I guess on to step 2 of the plan then. We need to make sure that everyone else gets to safety. And hopefully one of my colleagues will be here in just a moment." And he looks down at his wrist and goes, "I don't actually own a watch. Okay, well, it's time for us to go on ahead and get everyone out of here. Okay, all of you, please leave the vicinity at once." And you hear another guy from the crowd just like, "We wanted to watch the fight." "Well, this fight's a little too dangerous." "Not that one, you doofus. We paid to see them 2 fight." And he looks back between Gel and Bata and just goes, "Well, this wasn't in the report." And he turns over to Gale and goes, "So you are fighting him while that one is fighting that one?"
Ours kind of was gonna start first, and then they started fighting here.
Yeah. Ruin the
I
mood.
see. And you see him kind of turn over a little bit, and you see him look at his hand, and his hand slightly glows just a bit, and then it disappears, and he goes, "I see. Ah, okay. This makes a lot of sense. Okay, everyone. So here's what's going to happen. We will continue this fight, as all of you clearly want, but there is one little thing we have to do first. We must first get everyone to converge into one small area, roughly an area about the size of a, let's say, like a 30 by 30 sphere. And the reason for this is because right now, Merlin currently has a large wall of anti-magic currently around all of us. But there's one problem. If he is focusing on that, that means he can't use any other spells that require very intense focus. So please, everyone, please converge into one spot so that I can properly protect you so Merlin can actually fight this guy. Because, well, based on the report, this guy apparently is very powerful. So I don't know what you're waiting for. Please converge into one spot. We don't care! Let us see the fight! Oh, okay. Well, this is going to be fun. And he turns over to Gale and he goes, I'm very sorry to have to ask of this, but can you please do me a favor and forcefully move them into... you just look pretty strong. Can you move the all of the audience into one spot for me, please?
I would like to attempt an intimidation check.
Against the crowd?
Crazy.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna try to attempt to intimidate the crowd.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna do it against the ace. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Okay, roll for intimidation.
I rolled a 16. I got +5, so 21.
Yeah, the crowd look at him kind of like they look at him a little nervous, and Quinn just kind of turns and goes, well, as you could see, our dear friend doesn't like it when all of you are in trouble. He can't really focus on the fight himself. If you would like a really good fight, I would suggest all of you please to converge into one sphere so I can make sure that none of you die, because that would be really bad for all of us. No, seriously, that would be really, really bad for all of us. So please, all of you, converge into one spot. And you see the crowd slowly kind of converge over into a little bit of a better area, so they can watch the fight. And as they do so, Quinn kind of steps out of the way, or he's going to step back here, and he stands pretty much right in front of Novos and goes, weren't you the one that pissed off Aiden before?
Hey, my old friend Aiden. How's that guy doing?
Oh, he's doing pretty good. It's about half a day's walk from here. So I was kind of expecting, one of my other companions to get here, but, well, for the time being, this should be fine. Maybe you can take place of Aiden for the time being. How are you good in close quarters combat?
I bonky guys with my rod.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds very intriguing.
it
Speaking
touches
of that,
itself.
isn't that a staff of webs?
Yes, it is.
Oh, we need to talk about that later. I know Nazo would definitely get a little crack out of that one. He really loves it when there's cool staffs around. Oh wait, there's
You
a
got two
double
guys there, John.
Okay, there we go.
That's-
yeah, they doubled up.
Oh.
So yeah. Okay, well, if you two want to continue your fights, feel free. And so, Gel, going off of your round before, you're gonna run up to him.
Yeah, I was going to run up
Okay.
to him and, I will swing with my great sword.
Okay.
It did say no hold bars.
So,
Or-
yeah.
so,
And just as you're swinging, the rest of you see like a kind of a barrier kind of appear, just in front of pretty much just in front of Quinn, and it kind of wraps all the way around the audience and everyone. And he goes, "No, I won't be able to hold this long, and unfortunately, our combatants won't be protected. But I think they should be fine."
does a 25 hit?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
What is your AC?
It's 16.
Okay, I was
So
just.
it's a normal hit.
Yeah, I was wanting to figure that out. Oh. So that is 13.
Okay, go.
And let's see. I think that is my turn.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. Let's see. As to the rest of you, you're all pretty much watching, so I'm gonna skip through unless y'all really want to do something. but because it would
Feel
go.
free to skip.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna yell at Gel and tell him to stop attacking teammates while there is a death battle going on.
Cool.
What do you mean?
Which
This
is
is the death battle.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you not see
Uh,
the Death Wizard?
okay. Battle onto you.
Okay. I'll put. Okay. My level 1. I swing at him. 8.
8 unfortunately misses.
Yeah.
Dang.
Anything else?
Hmm.
There probably isn't anything else you can do because you use your action.
I think you blew a brain cell, Johnny.
Okay, moving on.
Fire
what?
breath.
Oh, you got fire breath. Okay. Cool.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save throw? Okay. That is a 13 plus 5. That is 18.
Okay.
Okay.
So
This is...
So that should be a success, and you probably would take half damage on that.
Yeah, you only like. I rolled 7.
So would be 4, or no 3.
So 3 damage.
Yep, 3 fire.
Well,
I think my liquid dice are heavy hitters.
Nice.
I guess I just go pro.
You're gonna go prone.
win. Yeah, I go pro. You win.
Wait! You're just gonna concede defeat right there?
Yes.
Why?
Run away.
I can't.
You still have like a whole
can't you
other
run
turn
away?
or two to at least fight.
Yeah, he got some health. And we've also got a healer here.
Yeah, well, not to mention you are a healer. You are a paladin.
Nope, it's over. Next turn he'll finish me.
Man, I feel really bad for these people that paid to watch.
I'm just gonna start booing, and then I'm gonna try to get the audience to start booing with me.
Boo! Boo! We wanted to fight. We didn't want to surrender. We need more bloodshed. Yo, death!
And I look to the crowd as I raise my fist.
I just crawl away in shame.
I would like to use my reaction to take attack opportunity.
Well, you have advantage because he's prone.
Yeah. Let's see. I rolled an 18 on the dice. That's a plus
Dang.
8 to hit.
Oh wow.
That's 26.
That's a crit.
Oh god. I feel really bad for these people that paid to watch this.
You're just out there murdering a guy in cold blood.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's see. I rolled a 5 and 11 on the dice.
Oh my god. You just bring your axe
So
down
you
on top of
got-
Bada's head.
So that's 16 there, plus the 6 extra damage from that I've got there.
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
That's-
no, he's gone.
So that's 22 damage.
Yeah, so he is definitely unconscious, and yeah, as that happens, Quinn like looks over and goes, "Well, I knew he was strong, but I didn't realize it was going to be this big of a landslide. Well, unfortunate, but I can't help him if I'm going to keep this barrier up." And right then, a fireball erupts right in front of Quinn.
Jeez.
I need yeah. So it's going to block everything in front of Quinn, protecting everyone behind him. But I need Gel. Now, Bada's going to take a hit automatically, but I need Gel to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Do I get advantage on this?
No.
Okay.
Why would you get advantage?
'Cause, I get advantage on dex saving effects that I can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Let me check. No, technically, I would say no here because he's kind of doing it from stealth. So,
Okay.
because basically as it casts, you see Merlin here, and then you see the Mage Killer appear in front of him. And the Mage Killer was the one that casted the fireball back there, right when it. So yeah, I need to roll
So
dex.
just no.
Yeah, no. Just
Gotcha.
roll dex.
Let's see. That is 15.
Okay. 15 is a fail. Okay. So now I get to have fun with this.
That was such a landslide of a fight.
Who will win the fight? Well, that was.
But then again, I have been on the receiving end of something like this, so.
Okay, time for us to roll your damage.
That's so much dice.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so that is going to be 32 fire damage.
Oh, just 32?
Yep, 32.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage, but like, I'm still up.
Yep. I think that was okay, yeah. So that's 32 fire damage there. And basically that happens and you see Quinn like Quinn's like holding his staff out and like trying to hold this, and the barrier breaks, like just shatters to pieces. And he goes, "Well, that's kind of shitty. Huh. I knew these guys were powerful, but jeez, how's Merlin doing?" And you look over and you see Merlin's like his robes and everything have just been tattered and destroyed, and the Mage Killer is also kind of tattered. And he's like, "Whoa, being able to take on Merlin. Look, I'm not sure I can protect us from this. We might need to get everyone out of here."
I mean, the fight is over.
Yeah,
So-
fight is over. Okay, everyone, start going.
Yeah. Oh, you see the rest of the people are just not moving. And then with that, let's see. That would move on to Gel actually. So Gel,
Okay.
none of the audience is moving. You hear one of them just go like, Yes, but now there's a new fight, and this one's free!
I am going to use second one. So.
Okay.
Oh gosh, that's not much health. 4 health. But you know what? It's better than nothing. And I would like to try to intimidate the crowd again.
Okay.
It seems they are resistant to the fact that I intimidated them before.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 2 and I've got a +5, so.
Oh, okay, so
I've got
7. Yeah.
total.
So, yeah, and one of them just goes, "Look, we already got over here. We're not going any further. We want to watch." And Quinn turns around and goes, "You're going to die if you stay here." Do you really think death is what we've been looking for? Some type of death today, and it seems one of them hasn't died. We want bloodshed. It's going to be your blood in the bloodshed. And then he taps Novos on the shoulder and just like, "Can you talk some sense into them?" Novos walked off, didn't he?
Yes,
Yes.
Novos is the one person that walked off.
Is anyone going to try to help me get them out of here, or are we going to let them all die?
All right, everyone. You paid for your fight. You need to leave, or there's not going to be any other fights you're gonna be able to witness. This could be your last fight.
Okay, roll for persuasion.
All right. I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos. I got a 6, which was a 12. I got a nat 1 that time. So
Rip.
dice are loving me today.
Yeah. They look
It's all
they
bec- it's
yeah
all
they look
because
at you
I
and they're
intimidated
like
them.
they look at you and one of them yells out from the crowd and just goes, "Okay, but at least we'll see something entertaining here once in a while. You know, we never get to see something entertaining." So
Could
you do
I-
see a couple step back and go away, but other than that, the rest kind of just stay.
If I could do something, I want to shapeshift into an ape and roar at the crowd and try and scare them away.
Can you even do that?
I can shapeshift into an ape, yes.
You could. Oh, okay. Really? That's a low enough CR rating?
Yeah. Level 4, I could do I guess is it 1/2? How would I say that? It's 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1/2.
1/2 sealer.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Bro, they really did. They did Harambe dirty, bro.
Well,
I thought
it's
it'd
not
at least
like
be like
a
a CR2.
Well, it's an ape and not like a gorilla.
Right.
Wait. Wait, are gorillas not apes?
They are, but it's more so like a bonobo or like a chimpanzee, one of those kinds of ape.
Oh.
Yeah, that's probably
Oh,
what it's referring to.
got it.
Which
Yeah, it's
are-
gonna be like a smaller.
Okay, so
monkey.
well, Minara, you're gonna give me an intimidation check.
Okay.
Be careful, she's gonna start throwing your poop everywhere.
Intimidation 12.
Who brought the monkey?
Novos, why don't you start doing a performance or something and lead them away?
Who am I leading away?
The
crowd.
crowd. We need to leave.
Oh, okay. Everybody come with me if you want to see a performance. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime guy. And then I start a Congo line.
Roll me a performance check.
Okay, I got you.
Man, I didn't realize we were in
Oh my God.
the mask.
Fucking 25.
So they seem intrigued. They seem intrigued, and they all start looking at you. As you're doing something stupid. One of them's just like, I mean, I just kind of want to watch a good performance after seeing that shit show of a performance a minute ago. So, well, I guess I would be okay with that. And a couple others kind of nod and agree.
Guys, gonna da 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 da. Yeah, and then the whole crowd is just waving their arms.
So, yeah, and Novos just starts walking away, and behind him, just a Congo line just forming. So, just yeah, they're just like starting to slowly follow and everything. And about halfway down here, Novos goes, "Oh, wait a minute!" And then he turns, da 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 da. Gotta go the other way, da 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 da.
What about a mage killer and Merlin can both see me just forming a Congo line in the back?
Yeah.
Just.
So yeah, but eventually Novos is able to start like leading some of them away and everything. So Novos kind of goes off screen. You get to watch the Void Novos, and they're all just kind of leaving one by one and everything. And as he's leading them away, like Merlin, basically they both turn invisible again, and then as they reappear, Merlin right here and flies back right in front of Quinn, and he just goes, "Are these the last ones?" "Well, it would seem so, but it seems like you're in a little bit of a situation here. Would you need a little of assistance?" And Merlin just goes, "I don't think you could be of any assistance. Don't worry. This old geezer's got a few more tricks up his sleeve." And he is going to then fire out let's see. He is going to fire basically a set of magic missiles. Straight, basically they fly straight up in the air, and then as soon as the mage killer appears, they all fly toward him. So this is at this level. Okay, cool. So it's gonna be 9 darts. So I gotta go and roll a bunch of these.
Hey, look, Novos, if he was useful.
Can I just come congoing back onto the stage after I lead everybody to safety?
One person Congo.
Yeah, it's just me going as I come back onto the stage.
Whoops. Okay. So he goes and smacks the mage killer with a bunch. Actually, wait a minute. Mage killer. What does mage killer have? Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing with that. Okay, cool. So darts basically hit the crap out of the mage killer, and the mage killer just goes. The mage killer looks out and goes, "Merlin, I will never forgive you for what you did 500 years ago." And Merlin just turns to all of you and just he kind of glances toward all of you and just goes, "I'll be totally honest. I don't know what he's talking about anymore. I thought he just didn't like that, maybe I don't know, pissed him off one time, but now I'm confused." And you see the mage killer. It he pretty much takes his cloak completely off. And you could see before he takes it off that his head is in fact, a dark elf, and he ends up throwing the whole robe off. And as he does that, you see scars all down his arms and legs and everything. And it seems like he's got like a huge burn scar, like all down his right leg. And Merlin looks over and goes, "Oh, I think I might remember now." And he turns over to Quinn and goes, "Okay, Ace, I'm going to need you to do me a favor." And what would that be? "I need you to get these guys out of here." And then right then, Novos, of course, and like as Ikan goes back, Merlin just goes, "Look, if anything happens to these guys, especially the one that's currently unconscious, we have a problem."
Light towards the light.
And
I just want to point out that he still has to roll death saving throws.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put
oh
him
yeah,
on my
you
back.
need to roll one. I forgot about that. You need to roll one right now. Okay, Bada.
4.
Okay, that's a fail.
That's 2 fails.
Oh
Yep.
That is 2 fails.
And and Merlin looks over at Quinn and just goes, "Yeah, should be fine." And Merlin turns back and he's just about to get ready when another spell pops out. You see another spell pretty much pop out of the Mage Killer, and he is going to fire the Circle of Death.
Oh boy.
no.
Yay.
Oh my god.
And all of you recognize it almost immediately as it pops up in between all of you.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
the
the
thing
spell
that killed
that killed Torin.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this. Another reason.
Can't go off the stage.
Well, I don't know how you guys are going to survive this, but
So,
oh boy.
I need all of you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, Constitution.
I don't think I can.
5.
no.
No, you fell
Oh,
immediately.
cool. Okay, 17 plus
No,
5.
no counterspell from Merlin.
So,
18.
I got a
18
22.
icon.
Okay, it's a good thing I have that spare character ready.
I got an 8.
5.
I got an 18. 13 plus 5 con.
I got a 22. 17 plus 5.
Okay. So we got this.
I was hoping he was gonna leave out of here alive.
I'm so glad my dice didn't betray me this time.
Johnny's
could've
like,
just
okay,
royally
so
messed
how
me
many
up.
of you guys have backup characters?
Mhm.
Don't worry. I know I can at least survive 1 turn.
Okay.
Novus immediately goes from doing the Congo to jumping out of the way.
he starts congoing in the other direction.
Yeah, I start Congoing in the other direction successfully to avoid the spell. My Congo's too powerful. I can't be stopped.
Let's see. That's going to be... considering how bad this could have been, this is actually a little better. That's going to
Oh,
be...
good. So only Waffles is dead.
No,
it's still a lot of damage.
it's still a lot of damage. Just not
Yeah.
not
It's
as much
just
as
a
I
matter of
thought.
Damage.
Oh, okay, good.
That's going to be 36 necrotic.
I am going to relentless endurance.
Yeah, just so you know, if you got under an 18, you failed.
Oh, good. Okay, I passed.
Yeah.
I got 18.
Okay, so you're good on that. So you would take half of that, but yeah, it's 30. That's 36 necrotic.
30.
I only
22
take
is not a crit success, right?
How much?
A 22?
No,
Okay.
you would have
So
to
I
get
take half
10
of
above, which is
36.
28.
Okay. Yeah.
I think
so
I only take 13.
divided by
Versus
2.
I was like
18.
5 health away from like 5-6 health away from being able to like live that. But I did relentless endurance, so
Okay.
So we take half of the 36 since I passed, so it's 16 or
failed.
18 damage. No, I passed. I got a
You had-
22.
oh, I thought you said you had 17.
Yeah,
Oh.
but that was my base. I have a +5 on my
Oh.
constitution. Yeah, so I got a 22 overall.
Okay, yeah, that damage. It's
Yeah.
18 damage.
Yeah. I was just making sure.
Overkill is doing double damage, right, or something like
Overkill is doing
Yeah.
your current health and your max health in damage.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, so
So we got another raisin to bury.
all right, so no one got overkilled on that.
Yeah, I still have like 1 hit point as an ape. I'm still an ape.
Okay, got it. Cool. So
I'm down.
okay, so Dazu is down.
Good heavens!
So Dazu's down, Bada's down. I think everybody else is still up.
Bada is dead. That was his
Is that a
third fail.
dead?
So
That was his third fail.
So Bada, let's see, Bada's down. Cool. So
That is down.
I don't
No,
think
Bada
you
is
understand.
dead, Johnny.
Bada's
Bada is
dead.
dead.
I don't think you understand that I'm the DM.
He's Johnny.
I don't think you under fucking stand about something because as I'm getting to it, watch this. You ready? You ready, motherfucker? You ready? So as this thing pops out, latches onto everyone, and starts sucking the life out of them, you then see Bada, as this starts sucking the last bit of life into dust. And Merlin goes, "He's fine."
I guess he still had to protect. He was still in technically the protective barrier.
Yep. And then you then see Merlin seems to cast a, he simply like waves his hand and casts a spell, and you see basically the barrier. You see a barrier this big kind of appear around the mage killer, and Merlin goes, "Now, if that was any bigger, that would have been a problem. But he's fine."
Oh my
But it's
God.
fine. He cast fireball in a room that he didn't know how big it was.
And yeah, you see Quinn. Quinn kind of just reach over to Merlin, and he goes, "Are you sure you don't need any assistance? It seems that this opponent is a little difficult." And Merlin just goes, "Just get people out of here." And you see the spot from where Bada was. All of a sudden, like it seems like some type of energy kind of like starts to glow in that area, and then it transfers all the way over to the mage killer, who is holding that small crystal ball that he ended up taking from you guys. And Merlin goes, "How did he get that thing? Would you like to let us in on what that thing is before, scaring the shit out of all of us?" And Merlin goes, That is an ancient warlock spell tome. That thing can capture the souls of people and use it for powerful spells. All of you need to get out of here right now. If you don't, I'm not sure your safety is ensured. Well, you heard the man. We should probably go on ahead. Starting with this little guy. Hey, you! And Quinn walks over to Daz, who just kind of like gives him a little light slap as he is going to cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
Let's see what level. Let's do Cure Wounds at the 4th level. That will be 33 health.
I'm full health.
Yep. Okay, now you're up. It's time for us to go on ahead and get you out of here. And so he helps you up, and as soon as he does that, I'm going to jump on over to initiative again, which would have swung around to Merlin at this point. Merlin is going to look straight at the mage killer and fire a 6th level fireball right on him.
Jeez.
And as he casts that, the mage killer is of course going to try to avoid it. Fails.
Damn.
I don't really feel like rolling all this dice. We're just gonna click a button. Ah, 41 fire.
Jesus.
And so he gets hit by that, and the mage killer is going to then fire out. Let's see. Oh yeah, so the mage killer is then going to fire out a grand spell that he that all of you Minara and Novos recognizes, which is Wall of Fire.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
dear.
Oh my god. Not again.
Gotta figure out how long this is again. It is up to 60 feet long, 20 and okay, cool. So he is going to fire it. There we go.
Gel's the only one that gets caught in the fire.
So, what he's doing is he's putting it there and pointing it in your direction.
Oh,
So
okay,
anything within
gotcha.
10 feet of this wall, also will take damage.
Gotcha.
In just a moment. Let's see. When the wall appears, each creature within its area, so Gel, is going to make a dexterity saving throw.
Do I get advantage?
You did see this one, so yes.
Cool.
Is that a barbarian thing?
Yeah, it's dangerous
yeah.
sense.
Ah, gotcha.
Danger sense. Let's see. 17.
That's a fail.
Well, I am down.
Damn.
Oh, no.
Did you only have 1 HP?
Yeah, like I said, I
Okay.
used
Cool.
relentless.
Because that would have been
endurance.
23 fire damage anyways.
Damn. I would know. I took it firsthand.
Cool.
Glad to see I'm not the one getting scorched this time. Am I right, guys? Nobody's laughing. I'm chuckling to myself.
We'll laugh at you, not with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Looks like someone forgot to turn off the gas.
All right,
Anyway.
so the Mage Killer is going
Not
to
even the
do that,
crickets.
and
Sorry to
then
sound.
as the Mage Killer casts that spell, you see that the little crystal ball in his hand kind of starts ends up glowing a little more, almost creating almost like a torch-sized light. And then you go over to the next one in line. Quinn is going to. Is there anything Quinn can do here? Oh, cool. He is going to cast a spell here. So at the 5th level, he is going to use a Mass Cure Wounds. Putting your choice within range. Yep. Cool. Choose up to 6 creatures. So he is basically, it's going to be all around him because he is going to do this, and it's 30-foot radius sphere. So yeah, basically everyone. 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So everyone is going to be receiving a good portion of healing. That is going to be 30 health given to everyone.
Nice.
So if you were down, you're pretty much back up.
Mhm.
And after he does that, we're going to move on to Gel,
Mhm.
who is sitting inside the fire.
Yeah. Do I have to get up or?
Yes.
Okay. I'll get up and use the dash action to leave.
All right. You're just going to completely leave, run?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you should be good. So you just pretty much run. You're just booking it.
Yeah.
So he books it and he dips. Novos.
I'm going to be like, well, there's my cue, and I'm going to Congo out of here.
As you Congo. Minara.
I'm gonna break my wild shape. I'm gonna revert back to my normal form.
Okay.
And just be like, is it really smart for us to leave right now? This could be our only chance. I'm gonna say that to, I guess, Dazu, since he's the only one here with me.
I think so. I don't think we can stand to take any more damage from the Mage Killer. I think we should leave.
Yeah, but he's already so hurt as well. We could take him down here with Merlin's help.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but do keep in mind, even I am an ace, and I don't think even I could take on someone like that. This is the kind of mage that only Merlin could probably take on.
Right, and Merlin's here. We could do this all together.
I like how she says all together, but me and Gil already left.
Well, I mean, do keep in mind. Do keep in mind too. The longer we're here, the more of a hindrance we are to Merlin. He's been using a lot of his magic to keep us safe, and if he's having to do that, well, there's not really a whole lot that he can do.
And Bata is already gone, so at least for now, until the end of the competition. But we need to go now.
All right. Ned, dash out of there.
So you dip as well, and Dazu, you as well.
Yep.
Oh, cool. So Dazu comes along, and then Quinn turns and starts like coming out with you guys. And as y'all are running, you end up, you end up having a little bit of a sprint as you try to get down the road, getting away from it. And out of nowhere, you hear a loud explosion as you're kind of running down the street. And then what seems to be flying like a missile is Merlin flying past you guys at high speed backwards, trying to catch himself. And like he's just barely able to catch himself before he slams onto a wall. And he looks at all of you and goes, "Okay, well, this is kind of problematic." And he fires himself off as he ends up flying over all of you guys back into the fight again. And you take one last glance behind you as you see the Mage Killer. The ball that he's holding, the crystal ball, is now glowing an intense and immense light. Like this thing is so bright you could barely make out the face of the Mage Killer at this point. And as Merlin flies at it, you can hear him. You hear him scream. You hear him scream out, "I've got you now, Merlin!" As he casts a spell out to basically casting a chain out, hitting Merlin. And when that happens, it hits Merlin and it goes straight to the ground, pulling him straight down. And as Merlin tries to push himself up, you see this Mage Killer cast one last spell into the orb itself, causing it to glow an immense purple before he chucks it like a grenade. And then, boom, in a 50-foot radius sphere around him, an explosion erupts, creating a crater 20 feet deep into the ground and exploding, causing a bright light so bright that it blinds you for about 10 seconds. And once the shockwave hits you, I need all of you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see here.
Oh my god, I fucking got a nat 1.
Oh no.
I got 16.
I got 15.
I got a 9.
I can only have so many good dice rolls.
Okay, that is going to be 21 thunder damage.
Okay, it doesn't overkill me, but I am down.
Yep.
Oh wait, yeah, because it's double
Yeah,
damage,
so basically,
right?
yeah, so basically you get knocked back onto the ground, get knocked out.
What was the save for it?
Oh, the save was 20.
Oh, yeah. So 21.
Yeah. So if you get knocked out, you just get knocked out. So you fly back about 15 feet and get knocked out. As the rest of you also take a little bit of damage too from it, and you look back as the rest of you look back. Quinn quickly, Quinn also gets knocked back as well a little bit, but he keeps himself up just a little bit before he runs over. Who all got knocked out?
I did.
Okay, so Novos.
I don't know if I did. I rolled a 9.
Oh, that would have been a critical fail.
Okay, then yeah, I'm down.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm
If you
up
roll
with
10 or under, it's a critical fail. So everyone critical failed.
I guess so.
Am I hearing that everyone is down?
I got 16. I got
No,
16.
Okay.
I'm still up.
Okay. Oh, you've got 5 health. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I've got 5.
Oh, I thought you said you rolled a 5. I was like, oh shit.
No, I rolled a 15.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so you and Gel are still up. So he's gonna run over to Minara and Novos, who are both down, and he's going to put a level 1 cure wounds on both. So Minara is going to get a total of 14 health, and Novos is going to get a total of let's see, that's that. Also 14 health.
Okay, cool.
So, no, sorry, 16 for Novos. Cool. So, he gets you back up, and you all look back. You see a crater 50 feet wide, destroyed buildings all around it and everything. Complete, utter destruction in the middle of the road there. It's a 20-foot deep crater, 50 feet wide, and you just see the mage killer on the other side just cackling. He's dead! The great Merlin is finally dead! And you see other people looking out. A crowd starts to somewhat form like around the circle as they all like look in. And as you look at the bottom, you see Merlin himself, his corpse turned into a skeleton. All you see are just blood and a skeleton with tattered robes all around it inside of the crater.
Oh no! Not Merlin.
And the mage killer looks over at all of you with one last glance before he casts invisibility and just turns away. And you see Quinn trying to drop to his knees, and he goes, "Shit. That is not good." And right then you hear an alarm bell from the fire station go off, and you see guards rushing up, trying to get around the circle, look inside. And Quinn looks to all of you and goes, "Oh shit. How many people was taken out during the competition?"
Oh no.
And
Too many.
you see him get up real quick, and he starts running at high speeds as fast as he can. And he starts running. He pretty much like goes over and he like leaps over this huge crater to the other side and just starts sprinting into the town square. And then you hear another loud. Basically, you hear another loud, "Ah!" Doosh! As right on the edge of your side of the crater, you see another one of the aces. You see the leader Aiden stand up, and he brushes off his armor, and he goes, "Damn it, Bruce!"
Yeah, better late than never. This guy, huh?
He hears your voice and like turns around. He goes, "Oh, fuck you." And he looks over the crater and goes, "What did you do this time?" Gosh. It already took forever to get Bruce to get his energy back up for that, but jeez.
Merlin's dead. I didn't kill him though. Not me this time.
What?
Mage killer. Big
This
bad.
time.
This time.
Wait, what?
Mage killer, ball of souls, just Merlin, yeah, just kaboosh.
Merlin. Do you mean the Grand Wizard Merlin, the one who literally told us to come here? That he's dead.
Yes,
yeah, no, that's a funny one. That's funny.
I'm gonna need you to look down in that hole right there.
And he turns and he looks down and he goes, "Whoa." Uh. Oh shit. And who did this?
Dark elf of some sort. It said, "I'll get you for revenge 500 years ago," and then yeah, death be upon you, I guess.
That to be upon you, I guess. So, you're telling me Merlin is... he's dead?
I mean, that's his skeleton. I mean, unless he's like more powerful than I think, I really don't think there's any coming back from that.
And he looks down into the hole, kind of like, almost like just lost. He goes, I didn't know the old man could die. Shit. Crap. Quinn. Did you see the Quinn about, I don't know, yay high, looks like an idiot, baby face.
He jumped across the crater and went into the town square.
Okay. He just... Oh shit. Magic competition. Are you guys in the magic competition?
Yes, we
Yeah.
were.
Oh shit. Is he really gonna try to... come on! Why do I always gotta deal with this shit? Okay, fine. Don't die. I'll go handle this. And you see him turn, and he jumps over the crater as well and starts sprinting after Quinn into the town square, and kind of just leaving all of you just kind of staring toward the huge crater that people are crowding around. Guards are trying to keep people back and everything, and the bartender comes kind of, walking up the street with like a crowd of people, with basically all of the people you led away in a conga line. And he walks up and he goes, well, shit. What the hell happened here? Y'all in shock or something?
Oh yeah, big bad wizard guy just fucking death be upon ye. Merlin's dead in the hole.
Merlin's dead in the hole. There's just something
Merlin.
funny about the way Brandon says this.
The great wizard Merlin was killed by a wizard?
The mage killer.
Death wizard.
Oh, shit. Who's gonna pay me back for my friggin' tavern now? Ah, shit. And he turns and he starts storming off, just pissed off now.
I like how Novos isn't the only one that's like not completely obliterated by the death of him. The bartender's just like, nah. Fuck that guy.
I have a question.
What?
You said the markers for the magic competition was on arms, right? Is it still
it was
there?
a ring.
Oh, how's the ring looking?
As you look at the ring, you've noticed that this thing, it just looks like a normal gold ring now.
Basically, it looks like it's lost its magic. That's fun.
I'm gonna look down at the ring and be like, wonder how much I can pawn this for now.
Am I able to meet back with the group?
What?
Where did I go?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like I'm gonna just look down in the hole and be like, damn. He really just went out. You know, when I die, that's how I want to go. That was
Okay,
epic.
we'll get the mage killer to kill you in a few minutes.
Can it be like in a giant like, and then I end up, you know, I mean, that
Maybe
was
if you
pretty
ask
dope.
nicely and apologize for slapping him.
True. I mean, you gotta think like something happened. I mean, he's scarred all over his body. Like I was low key. I'm like, dang, maybe like the mage killer got a backstory on him. So, but who knows? And like, what did Merlin do that was so bad? Like, did Merlin betray him or kill his family or what?
Well, something to do with those scars on him.
I would assume so. Maybe they were friends. Who knows? I guess he can't tell us. And I just point to the skeleton.
No matter what happened all those years ago, it doesn't excuse the mage killer murdering so many innocents.
Yeah, no, the innocence parts, yeah, that's not real cool. I can see revenge on a singular person, but not an entire like every that was at least 40 people.
Including
Maybe.
Tornado.
Oh yeah, Tornado, yeah. That's
Yeah.
right, those guys.
Well, we need to find Bada, wherever he went.
I'm guessing that those two boys, the ones that just jumped across that cavern in like a single leap, I don't know how they did that, are on their way to figure out that because they were like, magic competition! And then, you know, jumped away.
Maybe we should go find them.
Probably.
And then y'all look up into the sky and you see a massive fireball flying straight down toward the city. And as you do, you start to hear people start to scream and panic. And you see Quinn. He like rushes back, jumps over the crater, and he looks at all of you and goes, "Okay, look, we don't have much time. You see, Merlin's magic was the only thing that was keeping that," and he points straight up toward the fireball, "from falling down upon us. If you don't know what that is the great library of Hector heading straight down at the city."
Uh-oh.
I don't know how. Oh gosh, I don't know how to stop this. The only one that could possibly stop it maybe would be Nazo, but Nazo's not here. Any of you have like a funny teleportation magic or anything like that? Can you did you teleport us up there? Is there any way to do that?
Actually, well, never mind. I can climb things, but I can't like teleport us up there.
Look, from how far that thing was up in the sky, I'd say we have maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes before this thing hits the ground. And when it does, Hector is going to be gone. All of it.
I guess the only thing to do is to get as many people out as possible.
I can fly up there, but there's nothing else I could do besides that.
Could you take anyone with you?
I could try.
Yeah, shit, but getting inside is gonna be difficult. Well, since the magical barrier's not up, I mean, that's not a problem, but it's...
Even if we do get inside, what do we do? There's not like a control panel or something.
And if it's only 10 minutes, by the time you'd get anywhere, it'd have already fell. So I think we need to just get as many people out as possible.
I think you're right. Okay. We'll try to get as many people out as possible. And hopefully I don't know, we don't have any time to lose. Okay, any of you know any like spells of, like thaumaturgy or anything like that?
I'm a who now?
No,
are you able to be really, really loud?
No.
No.
Gosh, how are we gonna tell an entire town?
Dashi can soil people's pants.
And you see Quinn look back at Aiden. Aiden just turns around and he starts screaming at the crowd. Okay, listen up! If you want to live, get the fuck out of here! And Quinn just kind of face palms for a second. He goes, "This isn't going to work." Okay. New plan. We need to. Gosh. I don't know. I'm out of options. I'm not sure what we could do.
You don't suppose Merlin had something on him that would benefit if he were to have died?
Not that I know of. And you just see him just kind of look up toward the fireball coming down, and you're all starting to see like the entire town is starting to get an orange glow. And he just goes, I don't think we could save anyone. And as you see it drop, this thing gets closer and closer. All of you get a good look at each other, and you feel kind of a sense of sadness and dread wash over you as you see what looks to be the impending doom of the entire town of people. Thousands about to be perished in an instant from the great library of Hector that soared above the skies. And as this drops, you see it get brighter and brighter as the entire town itself turns into a bright orange, such as a sunset day. And just before this lands, as it reaches within a couple 100 feet, you look straight up and you see the library itself slows. The fire stops, and within literal feet of hitting the top of the Church of Hector, it stops. And for some weird reason, you see a large barrier reform around it. And as this magic barrier reforms, it starts to lift it slowly up and away from the city itself. And Quinn looks up and just goes, "Well, what the fuck was that for?" And you start to hear people start to cheer and cry out in happiness, as it seems that the entire town is not getting leveled today, as the library seems to be lifting itself up into the heavens once again.
I think I peed myself.
Hopefully that's not the mage killer like stealing the library.
Novus looks down and realizes that Dashio has in fact not soiled his pants this time.
It was me who soiled them. I'm just patting my pants down. God, I thought we were about to die. I mean, epic death though. Getting crushed by a library, pretty dope. Can we see who's behind it?
Nope.
Hmm.
You just see it rise up into the sky and people cheering.
Maybe Merlin's not dead, or the mage killer had a change of heart.
You see Quinn just dumbfounded as, like, you see him basically pull out a deck of cards and he just starts kind of going through them. This deck itself, as you can notice, are in fact blank. On the back, it looks to be some type. It looks to be a holy symbol, but on the fronts, they're all blank. And he just goes, nothing. Nothing could explain what just. How did?
I'm gonna look in the hole and see if the skeleton's still there.
Yes, the skeleton very much is still there.
Okay.
I don't. How? The Merlin, the library. I don't. I don't get it. And you just see Aiden just look back. He walks over to Quinn, puts his hand on his shoulder, and goes, "Don't worry, kid. It's magic that we'll never understand." And Quinn just looks kind of pissed off and just goes, "Can you stop calling me kid? It's been at least 3 years I've been adventuring with you guys." What can I say? You look like a 4-year-old, and he just keeps walking.
I just pat Aiden on the shoulder and I'm like, this guy gets it.
Aiden like looks down at your hand pissed off like he's about to rip it off.
I just slowly take it off of his shoulder and put it back down by my side.
Yeah, and then he just keeps walking and he goes, "Well, I'm going to go have a drink so there's no, life impending doom coming toward us. So, yeah. If you would like to join me, well, buzz off. It's my drinks." And he just keeps walking. Well, at least we're all not dead.
That's true. A
Yeah,
drink does sound good, though.
I'm gonna raise my finger and then slowly put my finger back down.
So,
Novos has a dumbfounded look on his face.
So you just look normal.
Yeah, essentially.
So Quinn starts walking with Aiden, or like starts following Aiden down the street toward one of the bars, and he kind of glances back to all of you and goes, "Well, if you want to have a drink, it's not on me, but you can come and join us if you wish."
I guess we'll go with them.
Guess we're going. Yeah.
And so you start heading off and following them, and as you follow them for a bit, you arrive at the bar, and as you're at the bar, you notice basically there's like a loud shrieking as soon as you walk inside. All the music stops, everyone kind of freaks out for a moment, and then you see all of your rings once again start to glow. And Quinn looks like straight at Novos' ring and just goes, "What in the hell is that supposed to be about?"
Well, it's supposed to tell us our targets, but it's not supposed to be glowing because Merlin is a skeleton.
And then you all look down at your ring, and you all like look down at the ring itself, and you see a message. and it says emergency message in case of the death of the great, amazing, wonderful, and then eventually like Quinn just kind of goes, okay, we get it. Can you just go on with it? And the rings just goes, your new objective for the magic competition: get to the library of Hector and retrieve the sword. And you see a picture of you see a picture of the legendary sword Fenrir, and you notice that there's a couple other contestants that are also inside of the tavern too, and all of you look at each other and realize you only have one goal now: grab the sword.
Oh my god. Manara, let's fly up there.
Oh no.
It might be too far by now. We don't know how far up it's supposed to be, but we
I can only fly for a minute.
Hmm. Well, I can't exactly climb air, so... Is there a ladder to the Library of Hestia?
Unfortunately not. I've only been there once myself, and, well, from my knowledge, the only people that can go up there are either students from the college. They would have some type of spell or, some other means to get up there, to get up to the library itself. Or you would have to, well, be Merlin.
If only I had Misty Step.
Do you think Misty
Misty Step doesn't exactly go that far, good friend.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, how are we supposed to get up there?
Well, I'm not sure I'm supposed to be telling you this, but since Merlin's not exactly, well, alive to stop me, I think you might be able to get a potion to assist you.
Oh? And where do we get said potion?
So you see him like basically reach in and he pulls out like what it seems to be another deck of cards, and he starts scrolling through them. And it's just like, no, no. Ugh. Well, as for where you could get potions, I mean, that part's kind of obvious. You just go off and you're in Hector. Can you not get potions in Hector? As for the type of potion you're going to need, I'm not entirely sure it's going to be an easy task. Considering you're going to need a potion, well, either a potion that grants you teleportation, or it's probably something similar to a potion of levitation or a potion of flight, something like that. Problem is I'm not entirely sure how long they would last, so I'm not sure if you would get all the way up there before falling to your death. I've never attempted it, but I mean, maybe, just maybe, it might work.
Okay. I'm gonna grab Manara and we're gonna run off to the nearest potion seller.
I'll tag along.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna run as well.
Okay, so everybody starts following them, and run off, and you make your way down the street for basically busting inside of a potion shop. And upon arriving, you see the windows itself is shattered. You could probably assume from the force of the explosion earlier. And as you walk inside, you see what seems to be an old lady kind of just sitting behind the counter, and she just looks over and goes, "Can I help any of you?"
We need a potion. I need a potion of levitation or flying.
Or teleportation.
Well, you need a potion of teleportation, flying, and levitation?
We need to get up to that library.
Or any of those three.
Well, Let's see. Let me see if I can find something like that. And she reaches down and starts going through. And says, I'm not sure if I can help you on that. You see, it's very hard to find a combination of potions like that. It's very, very odd. Let's see. And she starts reaching through and everything, and she goes, have any of you thought about maybe getting a scroll?
Scroll?
That would probably be a better choice, I think.
I mean, if we're talking about, well, the legitimacies of this, I'm not going to be able to help you too much with flying, as I'm not exactly someone who flies.
Well, all right. Thank you. I'm gonna grab Manara and we're gonna go to a scroll shop.
Being dragged around by my wrist.
Yeah, I'm just dragging
You
Manara.
you just keep grabbing her.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hold Novus's hand.
Yeah, and he just lightly holds my hand.
so y'all are trying to find a scroll shop?
Yes.
Alright.
Mhm.
So you end up heading up to a scroll shop, and or basically a magical trinket shop. And upon entering, you see what seems to be a kind of a younger, maybe someone probably about 30 years old. You know, somewhat of a younger man there. And he looks at all of you and he goes, "Ah, welcome. Is there anything I can help you with while you're in here?"
We're looking for a scroll of either levitation, flying, or either teleportation.
Well, I can help you in that department. All depends too. What is the distance you were trying to travel? I mean, I assume this is meant for traveling.
Yes.
We gotta get up to the library of Hestia.
Yeah.
Or not Hestia, Hector.
The Library of Hector. Okay, that's it. You are trying to get where?
The Library of Hector.
Why in the heck would you ever need to go up there?
Business things.
Apparently, the magic competition, even though Merlin is dead, is still going on.
Oh, so that's what was causing the library to fall earlier. Well, I'm glad it got fixed. Oh. Well, unfortunately, I'm not sure I can get you anything that can go up there, but I might know somebody that can. And you see him kind of turn, and he knocks on a door next to the counter, and he goes, hey, I think there's a couple people out here that might need to see you. It's about the Library of Hector. And you see the door open, and steps out, looks to be like a skittish goblin with some glasses on, walks out, and he gets up on a little stool, and he just goes, who are all of you?
We were a part of the magic competition, and we're trying to get up there because although Merlin has died, the competition is still going on, and we need to get up to the Library of Hector.
I don't know. I just attend up there.
Can you take anybody with you when you go up there?
I mean, technically, I guess maybe
How many can you take at one time?
Well, it's not really a number of people. It's like I guess you could say like kind of like a I don't know. I've never tried taking more than just me. It's more of like it only affects one thing, I guess. I'm not sure.
Well, can you send someone? Are you able to send, like, books back?
Well, I've never tried it on an objects before.
Just try it. Let's see.
Well, I don't know. I'm a little limited on ingredients to do that. The
What do you
components.
need?
Well, it starts as like I guess you could say a small little explosion, so it requires a little bit of like sulfur or something in the ballpark that could be ignitable. So of course water to make the spell itself to make the potion itself. It requires a little bit of I'm not sure if you've ever dealt with diamond dust. It requires some diamond dust, and it's like a feather of some kind from a bird, and you see him like reach down under the counter and grab a book. He starts going through, and he just goes, "It's gonna require from a system." Sorry, I'm still learning the common language. And he turns and he goes, "This bird," and you look and you see that it's a Stymphalian bird. It's like, I don't have any of these feathers on hand.
I love geese chases.
So, I could tell you maybe where to find some, but it's gonna be a
Is the
good distance from here.
We don't have much time, I don't believe.
I don't know. These aren't very common. I mean, I guess I could possibly find it. I don't know. I'm a little limited on the amount of times I can go up and down.
Well, if you can realistically do at least can take 2 people with you, all you would need to do is go up 2 times.
And you see the shopkeep just kind of like look down. He seems like he's thinking, and he goes, "What if we put it on a wagon?" What? Like a carriage? I don't know. I mean, I've seen you use it a few times. You just go over there and you just sprinkle it on something, like it's some type of like pixie dust or whatever. From the fairy tales, you'll just sprinkle that on, and then up floats stuff. That's kind of what you do. You sprinkle it around yourself, and then you just end up able to float up to the library. I mean, seems kind of self-explanatory. It might work on that too. Well, I don't know. I've never tested on that. It'd be kind of bad to just start testing it on random things. Isn't that what the library is about? Well, yeah, but it's a little more than that. It's there's a lot more that's going on up there, and we're also using a lot of that for a new project that's being worked on up there, and I don't really want to take the resources from that.
Thing is,
Can I persuade him?
Yeah, sure. I guess. Roll for persuasion.
All right. I'm just gonna roll it on D&D Beyond. Yoink. Oh, well, that's not super great. Wow. All right. Even with my +7, I got a 3, so I got a 10. Damn.
Look, I'd love to help you, but there's not a whole lot I can do. I mean, I'm very limited on how many times I can go up, and between going up there and having to come down here to help run the shop, run the shop? What do you mean? You just do experiments in my closet. Well,
I got you this potion of acid resistance if you take us up.
That's It's a good. You better take that. What do you mean? Do you realize that could help me earn some money from the shop? Hey, look, at least it'll pay off you doing experiments in my closet. Do you remember what happened 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks? That wasn't anything. You summoned a bear in my closet. I was just testing out some stuff, and I didn't know a bear was going to be summoned. Hey, look, okay? At least it wasn't, when I accidentally, put a fireball in there. Well, a smaller fireball. I contained it some. Contained it? What do you mean? You mean you're not strong enough? Yeah, no, trust me. If you could cast a bigger fireball, you would. Wait, look, okay? Rune magic isn't exactly the most powerful. Okay, and I'm just starting out. I've got a lot of stuff to do. Okay, there's a lot more of learning of that, and it's not like many people know how to use rune magic anyway. So I'm gonna have to teach myself the whole thing.
Doesn't Gel know how to use rune magic? Gel might be able to help him.
Look, just help these people out. I won't ask others or anything, but I'm starting to feel that they're probably not going to leave unless you help them.
Yeah, we were just planning on sticking around and bothering until you helped us, so.
Fine. I can try it. You're definitely gonna have to pay him with the potion, because you gotta get something out of this.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna whisper to Manara. I'm gonna gaslight him at the end and tell him that I never gave him the potion.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, let me go grab my things and hopefully we can do something. And you see the goblin kind of like step down and he walks over into the closet. He goes, and the shopkeep just goes, "Okay, potion, please."
I'm gonna hand him a flask of water, and I'm gonna roll for deception.
Okay.
Okay. Come on.
Gotta make
Yes.
sure you know your
9
potions.
plus 7. Let me see. 9 plus 7. I got a 16.
Okay, 16. So he takes it and he goes, pretty interesting. And you see the goblin like walk back out behind him, and he goes, "Hey," and he like taps him on the shoulder. He goes, and he pulls the flask down and he shows it to him, and he goes, "What is this?" And you see the goblin look over. He kind of glances at it and he goes, "Just looks like water." And he just keeps walking. He goes, "Yeah, pay up."
Okay, I'm gonna be like,
Make sure
oh,
you know your stuff.
yeah, I was like, oh, I must have grabbed the wrong flask. I'm sorry, and then I hand him the potion of acid resistance.
Okay. So he ends up taking it and he goes, "Thank you for doing business. Is there anything else I can help you with while you're in the shop?"
I don't believe so.
Okay. And you see the goblin, he kind of walks past all of you and he goes, "Okay, well, it's time for us to do this, I guess." And he walks outside and he goes, he walks right out the door and then he goes, "Do y'all have a carriage?"
Did at some point.
Not currently, but we should be able to go get one or go buy one.
That's true. Okay,
Can we just steal one off the street?
so
I thought we just stored ours
Yeah,
somewhere. Wasn't it back at the tavern?
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's back at the tavern.
yeah. So he yells back in the door and everything and goes, we're off to go get a carriage. It seems they don't have one." And the shopkeep like goes, "You don't have a carriage? Oh, well, okay, that's kind of convenient. I'll rent a carriage off to you. I got one
Don't
for
we have a
shipments."
carriage?
How much?
Okay.
Just 10 gold pieces, and just make sure you return it when you come back.
All right, I give him 10 gold pieces.
And so with that, he leads you around back, and in a simple carriage. There's not, there's no canopy or anything. Just a simple carriage that, it's empty. And the goblin walks over and he goes, "Yeah, this should work." And they take a horse and it leads it out front before they unhook the horse. And you see the goblin like hop into the cart and he goes, "Well, here goes nothing. All right, I guess everybody hop in because once this starts, there's no way we're gonna stop it."
Does this work
Gale
like a
is
hot
going
air
to make
balloon?
sure to hop
or...
into the back.
Yep.
Gonna
So-
hop in.
Yep. So everybody starts hopping in and everything, and you see him pour some of the stuff from the potion. You see him pour it into his hand, it's basically a bunch of dust, and he goes, "Well, here goes nothing." And you see him basically sprinkle it out all over the edges of the wagon itself. And before you know it, you feel kind of a little tiny rumble as the carriage itself is slowly being lifted off the ground. And he goes, "Well, this is definitely new." And it starts kind of going up just slowly. And once you get about 10 feet in the air, the shopkeep walks to the door and goes, "Well, see you later. And I guess I'll see you in a week or so. I guess good luck on your adventure. And hey, if y'all could do me a favor, keep him safe, please. I may not like him staying in my closet, but still don't want him dead. And Yorn, don't cause them too many issues." And y'all float off into the sky.
Nice.
So, and as you're kind of going up into the sky, you've already made it a couple hundred feet up, and this thing is traveling at a somewhat decent speed. It's not really that fast going up. You see the goblin kind of turn over, and he just goes, "So, y'all said y'all were in the magic competition?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so you must be powerful then, right?"
You could say so.
What kind of magic do you dabble in?
Well, I can cast. Oh, I'm a sorcerer. Yeah, and no, am I a warlock or a sorcerer?
You're a sorcerer.
I'm a sorcerer. I'm a sorcerer. And then this girl over here, she can turn into dogs.
Yep, that's my specialty. I could turn into dogs.
Myself, I'm not too into magic, but I got this. And Gel's going to cast the air rune.
Oh. Wait, is that rune magic? Oh, I've never seen the air rune before.
Yeah, it's not much, but
Oh.
it helps a little bit every so often.
Oh wow. Yeah, I've only been able to do the water and fire myself. But haven't been able to do a whole lot with it. So I can cast the magic, but I haven't been able to do anything crazy with it. And I'm still only on the basic levels, so not a whole lot. But it's at least good to see that somebody knows it. I didn't think I was going to see another person in my lifetime that knows any rune magic. So, and even with the number of books being published out there with all the rune spells in it, figured somebody would pick it up, and well, looks like finally found someone. But man, well, I guess we're gonna be sitting here for a little while, so I guess introductions are in order. So, who wants to go first?
Well, I am Novos. I am a royal sorcerer. Well, I was royalty until my family was like, "Go do something good," And I was like, ah. And so I went on adventures. Now while I travel around with these guys, and yeah, that's essentially me. Oh, and I got this magic top hat, and then I lift it up and put it back down on my head, and then I pass it off. Well, pass off the speaking thing. Yeah.
Hmm.
Passing off the talking stick.
Yeah, I pass off the I pass off the top hat like it's it's the speaking shell, and I pass it to Dashu.
Sorry, I was lost in my thoughts.
We're just doing introductions.
Introductions. Yes, I'm Dazu. I like to help people get rid of wanted and unwanted items, and then I do some magic. This just started recently. I think it might be a bug or something. Because it just happens randomly sometimes when I use magic.
Okay.
Guess I'll go next. I'm Gil, barbarian, not quite the magic type. Happened to have a run in, and that's how I got the rune magic. But haven't really seen any other rune magic until now.
You seem to be a half orc.
Yeah.
Did you have were you like in an orc tribe or anything, or?
Yeah, I was in a tribe. I ended up leaving to become more of a mercenary, but here I am as an adventurer.
You don't really have the accent. Sorry, I've known quite a few orcs. And they always walked around like, "Oh, I'm big and bad, and I'm going to chop your head off with my trusty great axe." And well, it's
What did you want me to?
what? No.
As Gale starts reaching for like this battle axe.
No. I was just sorry. I said anything. Next, who's next? Anybody?
Hi, I'm Minara. I'm in Ismar, and I'm from a druidic caravan. We traveled a lot and tried to help as many people as we could. And then I kind of went off on my own and joined the guild and found these guys.
I'm gonna take the top hat back from Manara and put it back on my head.
Well, it's nice to meet you all. I guess I kind of have to say my introduction. Name's Yorn. I been kind of dabbling in magic for a little while, probably as long as I can really remember. I don't know, I think in the last probably year and a half, I've been going up to the Library of Hector to study for real. Before that, I was studying magic in a cave somewhere, trying to make sure that I didn't get killed by orcs. But I'm kind of glad that I'm able to study at Hector. It's been a lot better, and there's not really a whole lot of magic that goes on, in the Orcish lands. They just kind of fight to see who's the strongest, and the strongest are the ones that lead, and that just kind of leads in a cycle of hierarchy that just kind of causes issues, I guess, especially for ones that are not worried about brute strength, but a little more for knowledge. And I remember seeing in a cave one time, it was these runes that were on the wall, and after studying them, I finally learned how to cast the magic that came out of these runes. It's actually amazing. Just the fact that old drawings from dragons can lead to magical discoveries, and the fact that people are now starting to learn how to use rune magic, and even though you don't see it often, I feel like someday soon we'll probably see where it's a common use, where people will be using it for everyday tasks, and a lot easier considering, well, rune magic can be used pretty much by anyone. You don't have to be born in a noble bloodline, as he points to Novos, or you don't have to, deal with the consequences of your actions, as he points over to Dazu, and you also don't have to be someone special like Merlin to be able to cast spells. You just have to sit back and just learn. It's almost like a language that you can just use. Well, after a bit of studying and hard work, I guess, but I didn't have to depend on anyone else or a bloodline or anything. Shoot, my bloodline, all it gave off was just brute strength and, other problems that there's a reason why I kind of had to leave there. But enough of that. So y'all said y'all are adventurers.
Yes, we come from Hestia.
Hestia. I've been there once or twice. But I've been visited a few times too. Some random guy. It's a guy from I think he said he was from the Colosseum over there. Y'all have a Colosseum, right?
Yes, I think we know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I wanted I remember him coming up before. So there was he came up to my professor and was asking about some barrier being made, or some magical thing to just completely teleport any type of spells and projectiles to another place. And we thought he was crazy, but after a bit of work, we finally were able to create the magical barrier that's there. Well, created the magical barrier and then gave them the technology to make the barrier. It's not the greatest, but it works. So it can stop probably your typical arrow or sword. It just probably wouldn't stop, maybe like a very powerful fireball or something like that. But I mean, out of the people that go into the arena, who's really going to call a calamity, such as the one that happened 20 years ago?
What happened 20 years ago?
Oh, well, I didn't see it myself, but I definitely read about it, and the professors told me a couple of times. 2 decades ago, during the magic competition, actually, there was this great wizard of some kind. Wizard, sorcerer, I'm not sure, but there was a great magic user of some kind that ended up joining into the competition. And between her and it was a white-haired elf and another contestant, they ended up pretty much in a final duel, fighting pretty much to the death, and it got so powerful that they ended up leveling almost half of the town. Luckily, Merlin was able to move quite a few people away in time, but I think the estimates were a little over 200 people dying that day to the magic competition. So,
Were there any other, like, how long has the magic competition been around?
gosh, as long as the Kingdom of Hestia, it's maybe a couple hundred years. It happens only once every 10 years, but sometimes even that's too often.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what possible events could have happened 500 years ago, because that's how far back the Mage Killer was yelling about, right?
Mhm.
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about, but 500 years ago, if I'm correct, I don't know. Merlin did have quite the time telling me stories. He told me about a story one time about a, well, I guess, I don't know. He said a couple hundred years ago he used to be in a party of his own, going around trying to clean up a good amount of the calamity from the Great War. Great War not being the War of the Fallen, but the War of Dragons. But he spent quite a bit of time going around and dealing with all of that. Was with a party of adventurers, and they ended up becoming heroes. Heroes so much so that there are songs and books written about them.
What do you know about his party members?
Well, other than the fact that they're all dead at this point, I'm not entirely sure. Everyone just kind of talks about Merlin, but everyone knows that there were other people with Merlin. They just don't know anything about them. So everyone just kind of assumes that Merlin did all the work. He always told me that he didn't, but he never really told me how they did the work for him or anything like that, so never had anything else to assume otherwise.
Maybe the Mage Killer could be a former ally of his, or party member, or something like that.
Maybe. I'm not sure. So, he did tell me, I don't know, one time he got drunk, and he was telling me about some pretty bad things he did in his past, too. He was telling me that heroes are not always heroes, and, well, he probably could have done something really bad one day, too. But I'm not entirely sure. It's, I guess it's not really my say. I wasn't there 500 years ago. So, shoot, I wasn't here 7 years ago. But we'll just have to see.
I suppose we will.
Well, we're almost there. So what were you looking for up here?
Well, so you knew of the magic competition, correct?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm sure you also heard about the Mage Killer and everything as well, killing contestants.
I heard rumors, yes, but
Well, those rumors are true, and he killed Merlin.
he did what?
He killed Merlin.
What? The great, powerful Merlin.
Yes.
And you see like Yorn's face just drop to like straight sadness. You're saying Merlin? He's gone?
Yes, unfortunately.
Death be upon ye.
Oh my god, Brandon! Oh man.
Essentially, what happened.
So
The Mage Killer has a very powerful tome of some kind of necromancy tome, and was, I believe, in an effort trying to drain more souls and in an effort to kill Merlin.
and what did he use? He used his tome, but a spell powerful enough to none of it makes sense. How did
It was some kind of ancient magic.
dang it? Merlin, I knew you went through a bunch of stupid shit in your past, but something to get you killed. Gosh. Okay. Well, thanks for telling me. And just then, you'll start to reach above the edges of the platform as the carriage slowly descends onto the edge of the library, and you look out into the courtyard as you see what seems to be a very bustling and clean library. There's a courtyard with a fountain. Behind it seems to be a little dueling area for mages, and you see the library itself spanning up another 100 feet into the air as you see people outside. There's, students kind of sitting out on the stairs, kind of reading and talking with each other. And it seems that everything's almost peaceful here.
Considering that this was just fallen just a little bit ago, it looks perfectly fine.
Well, we should stay on edge because we don't know who stopped it. It could have been the Mage Killer in an effort to try and do more harm.
Wonder if they got audiobooks. Novos can't read good.
My God. Johnny, I highly doubt it, but our little travel up to here, that wouldn't have been considered a short rest, would it?
No.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you see Yorn hop out, and he starts walking toward the library, and he goes, well, if there's any place that, well, involves the magic competition, I probably know where that is.
All right, lead the way, I guess.
So he starts bringing all of you and to behind the library, and behind it you see some type of smaller tower, reaches up about 40 feet, and you end up following him to the tower. And as you get there, you see the tower leads straight up a spiral staircase, and he goes, well, I guess we'll have to take the stairs then. And then you see him walk out right into the center where all the, just in between the spiral staircase. And he goes, it's a little joke of mine. Go on ahead and hop on. And he leads you all into a platform that he ends up casting a spell, and this platform kind of slowly levitates, bringing you all the way up to the top. And as you reach the top, you look around and see what looks to be a magical workshop of some kind, and you see an older man, probably in his maybe early 40s, kind of making his way around. He's making his way around, trying to like deal. He's pulling a bunch of levers and stuff, and he's like, you see him cast a spell across the room, keeping some generator kind of pumping and active and everything, and but you start to notice, like, in the corner of the room seems to be some type of like the magical orb coming out the top of a machine, and but it looks to be a little unstable. And Yorn just goes, Professor, is everything okay? And he goes, no, everything's not okay. We almost just had the library crash into Hector. Now get over here. I'm going to need your help. And Yorn rushes over and starts pulling levers and everything. And after a minute or two of this, you see that the orb itself on top of the generator starts to finally stabilize. And the professor stops for a moment and just goes, gosh, we almost just flattened the city. Oh, I was not expecting that. I'm just glad I had a little bit of help with this. Whew, man. And he turns over and he goes, "Oh, you brought friends? Oh, yeah, Professor, this is a party from the Guild of Hestia." And he turns, he goes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. We would have been goners if it wasn't for you. Actually, Professor, they just got here.
We don't know who stopped it from crashing into the ground.
Oh.
We're just as curious about that.
Oh. Well, that's odd.
Was it the aces of the Guild of Hestia?
No, it wasn't the aces.
We don't know that.
Well, even Aiden said, well, sometimes things just happen. You know? And I'm sure if the captain of the aces said something along those lines, I'm pretty sure he had pee in his pants too, by the way.
Well, if you didn't stop it, I wonder who did. Huh. Well, regardless, you're all here for some reason.
Yes. Apparently the magic competition is technically still going. Even after Merlin's passing. It's the mission is to get the sword of, is it Fenrir?
Mhm.
Yeah, the sword of Fenrir.
Oh, that old thing? Huh. I was wondering what he was going to give away this year. Well, what was kind of like the whole ordeal behind that? Did you just say come up and get the sword?
Yeah, that's can the message be replayed or something from the ring?
No.
No. It was an emergency message.
There was a lot of
You
gloating in that emergency message.
You said emergency message?
Yes. It was to play in the event of his death.
Of Merlin's death?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Death be upon ye! Yeah, essentially.
I swear, Brand's gonna get to level 5, and every time he goes to cast Fireball, he's gonna yell out, "Death be upon you."
Absolutely.
So you're telling me that Merlin... how? That guy was unkillable.
The mage killer did it. And he has a very powerful magic tome. Or at least I think he had it. I think he threw it at Merlin to kill him.
I'm just gonna make
Unless
explosion sounds in the background.
Yeah, like that.
Oh. Tome.
It was a necromancy tome. It looked like a crystal ball.
Like crystal ball, like a marble sized big. Did it look like it had like a dragon eye on the inside of it?
Do we remember what it looked like?
Roll history.
I know
You can either roll a history or one of you can remember it.
Because I don't think I got to see it. I think it was either.
it was me and Novos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Minara
So
and
y'all
Novos,
two
y'all
have to-
remember it?
Let me check. Well, I want to say it did have a dragon eye in it.
I believe it did.
As can roll history.
Yeah, let me. What's my history? Oh, I
Brandon,
guess I
use
can
your
just
real
roll
dice,
history.
not your.
Yeah, I got you. 17.
Yeah, you do remember. It's about the size of a marble, and it looked like it had basically a spectral, like glowing eye on the inside of it. If I'm correct, I believe it was glowing like a light blue or
Like
purple.
a blue, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a light blue. Yeah. And he just goes, "This was about size of a marble. Looked like a dragon eye on the inside of it."
Essentially.
Shit. Wait, if that's the case, and you see him turn over, and he pulls a lever, and with that, you see from the ceiling drops down, like basically, it seems like to be like a whole spree of magical artifacts, and you see, that there is he walks over to one of them. It's a little tiny, like you see like 4 little tiny metal prongs stick up, and it looks like there's something could sit right there, but it's gone. And he goes, "Shit."
Was the marble supposed to be in that spot there?
Yes.
Well, that's not great.
So, how exactly did this happen?
So, as far as we are aware, I believe the events that took place of the mage killer getting the orb was a merchant within the black market of Hector gave it to one of our friends, Ito, who was killed by the mage killer, and was taken from him because he was given it by the merchant fortune
Okay,
teller.
I meant how did Merlin die from this?
Oh,
So,
death be upon ye.
essentially.
Essentially.
But what ended up happening was, I believe when the mage killer got the orb, he began killing more people and capturing their souls in it.
Then he threw a chain at Merlin and then was like, and threw the orb at him, and it exploded.
And the orb, like, it like started glowing like a really bright purple,
Yes.
Yep.
and then it exploded.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Is that bad?
I think so.
I mean, it created probably a 50-foot crater in the
It did,
in the side of
yes.
a building.
Yeah, he was just a skeleton down there by the end of the explosion.
Shit. So that ancient tome, it works as a weird, I guess you could say, explosion, where it takes the souls of living creatures, and if charged with enough of them, you can essentially use it kind of in like a one-time use ordeal to cause a large explosion that essentially anything caught in the radius of this explosion, and good thing it only got to that powerful. If he kept going, he could have leveled all of Hector. But anything
Well, I guess
within-
it's a good. I guess it's good that it's a one-time use.
I mean, that is true, but he did destroy, like, I don't know, a 50,000-year-old device. That artifact, is, priceless.
He seemed to have a personal vendetta against Merlin.
Yeah, he said something about 500 years ago. And he had scars all over himself.
I'm not sure, but there's definitely no way that Merlin would be alive, because every soul that was captured inside of that orb upon the explosion would advance someone's life by 1,000 years per soul. So depending on the amount of souls he had in there, he could render someone to dust.
He was a skeleton, so nearly dust.
Well, he was in fact an ancient elf, so that somewhat makes sense. They have a little bit of resistance to magic, but not as much as something like that. Do you remember what this evil mage looked like?
He looked like
ye-
a dark elf with a bunch of scars.
A dark elf. Huh. Well, it's been quite some time since I've heard of anyone looking like that. Read about it in books and heard stories, but 500 years ago, Yorn, can you run to the library real quick? I need you to get me every volume you could think of about, well, Merlin. Is there a reason? I just go. Okay, and he turns and he starts scurrying back to the elevator there, and he goes. You see him go down, and as he goes down, you see the professor kind of start to look a little. His face kind of turns a little more gloomy, and he just goes, "Whatever I tell you, do not repeat this to anyone." But there is a chance I may know at least one of the reasons that could have been caused from this.
Do you know the Mage Killer?
Maybe. See, Merlin, a couple hundred years ago, took an adventure with a group of 3 other party members, and they traveled across the land. Well, they went on grand adventures. Took out a demon lord or 2, and, well, ended, I guess you could say, a calamity of some sorts. But there was a few bad things that they did. And if it has to do something with dark elves, well, the dark elves should be long and dead because of them. See, a long time ago, Merlin, well, long time being about 2 decades ago, just after the magic competition, Merlin was telling me he hadn't seen power since, well, the huge explosion that happened that leveled half of Hector. He hadn't seen power like that for hundreds of years. But with a couple hundred years comes some very powerful mages, and, well, he's now... He was kind of ready to face the truth that there might be a new band of heroes that might need to come into play. But the problem is they needed to be very powerful, and they probably wouldn't have a whole lot of time. Considering, during his travels, there was a mage that was very close to defeating the heroes in battle. One that could possibly have enough power to kill every single human in the Hestia kingdom. Which back then, I believe he said it wasn't technically a kingdom yet, it was just a spree of towns, but there was a very large city of dark elves that were threatening to attack the humans based off of, well, they weren't very appreciative of the humans and their ways. So the heroes were set to go and defeat them. And after spending about 6 months under the care of the Dark Elves, they eventually found out that the Dark Elves not only are powerful, but they were planning on sending out an entire war. And they were planning to kill every single human, man, woman, and child. And so the heroes, needing to protect all that was left of humanity and, you know, the other races that were sitting around in those lands, took it upon themselves to do the one thing that heroes could never do. They killed every dark elf they saw.
Well, that seems like a genocide, but we'll just go ahead and graze past that.
Yeah. He said he would still get nightmares about it at times.
I smell war crimes. Were there children among these dark elves?
Well,
I never
would
liked the
assume
sand.
So.
I never liked the sand.
Of course.
I would
Gets
assume
everywhere.
So.
Mm.
I'm not entirely sure if they went that far, but from the way he described things, it didn't seem like that they didn't go that far.
Oh man.
So. He
Well,
said
because Merlin's an elf, was an elf, right?
Well, yes, but he wasn't exactly a dark elf.
Mm.
So you could call him, I guess, a high elf of some kind. Except he was a little different, considering he outlived a lot of them, and on top of that, well, it almost seemed like he never aged, at least from my perspective, which I've been here a whole lot less years than he has. Or he was.
Strange.
But if it was a dark elf that you saw, it was, from what I can think, is probably has got something to do with what they did a couple hundred years ago.
I mean, I can kind of understand getting your vengeance after he genocided your people, but I don't know. I mean, I'm a half elf, but that doesn't really. I don't think I am. Yeah, I'm not a dark half elf. I think I'm just a high half elf. I think that's just a shame, if anything. It's just sad. So many people gone.
Do you think the mage killer is gonna keep attempting to harm others?
I don't know. I mean, my thought would just be he would revoke his venge on Merlin and then sputter off, but honestly, he might have bigger plans than that to maybe wipe out or finish what his race has started.
If that's the case, who's going to be powerful enough to stop him?
Definitely not our... I was gonna say 5, but that's no longer the case.
So I was thinking about this. It does strike me as weird that he prepared an emergency message for the event of his death. It's almost as if he knew that this was coming.
Yeah.
Where is the sword of Fenrir?
Oh, that? And you see him reach over, he pulls a lever, this random, like, you see this, like, basically, it's like a stone archway, just like a huge white light just kind of glows in, and he just reaches in, and he goes, somewhere, it's here, and you hear a cat just like, wow! Shit, it's somewhere, and, oh, here it is. And he pulls it out, and you see him pull out a box, and he just goes, okay, and he dusts it off, and he opens it, and he goes, oh yeah, I moved that. And he tosses the box aside and he reaches back in and he goes, 1 second, it's, oh, here it is. And he pulls out and you see a very, very simple, you see a very simple longsword. And he goes, yep, this is it. And he just holds it out for you guys.
Yoink.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
and as you
I'll
look at
grab
it, it looks like a very simple longsword. And he goes, that's the legendary sword of Fenrir.
Does it have anything special about it?
I don't know. I've never been able to use it.
Oh. Does it need a certain wielder?
Not that I know of.
Can I inspect it?
Can I cast Identify on it?
Do identify 1 second. Oh, okay, cool. I needed to see like what all it gave. So yeah, you can cast it. So, as you cast Identify, you understand that this thing is it is a sword under the Conjuration Tree, where it requires attunement, but basically, once per day, you can summon a legendary, the legendary Fenrir mount. In order to have him come about, he can stay in. He summons and is stayed in the world for up to 2 hours. Yeah, you basically get the ability to summon the legendary Fenrir.
Neat.
But no one's been able to figure out
How to use it. Yeah.
Can I pick up? Or yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna take the sword and I'm gonna whistle like I'm whistling for a dog. Like
Nothing happens.
nothing.
gonna-
That was just a joke, more so a joke. But I give it to Novos.
I'm gonna like point it up in the air and be like, "Whoa!" As I like point it towards this guy, and I'll be like, "I cast thee, into existence, and I bring it down and just see if anything happens.
Nothing happens.
Oh, okay, all right. uh, hmm. Can I, can I see if there's any like buttons or like anything special about the actual sword itself that make activate it, like a perception check?
You perceive
No,
that it is a
there's
sword.
like nothing.
Oh, okay.
It looks like a normal sword.
I guess we start saying like Fenrir,
Yeah.
like anything. Just start saying words.
Legendary Ferner, please come and aid us.
And I has cheeseburger.
Can I?
I'm not sure that's going to help your situation.
me and Dashu just go to the sword and just are like, and just start making noises.
Well, it's got to be attuned first, so maybe
Yeah, it could be.
you have to attune, and then you start saying all the weird shit.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I don't know. Good luck. Maybe you can. I don't know. Use it someday. I don't know. I mean, you could just pawn it off. Still a good sword.
Fair enough. I guess. I'll put it in one of my holsters.
Oh. Well, it has been a pleasure to meet all of you. How did y'all get up here?
Magic lift.
Yorn.
Jorn brought you up. How did he bring so many people?
Oh, we used a wagon.
He sprinkled the potion on a wagon?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that would work. Well, you learn something new every day. Oh, that kid's full of bright ideas. Well, I guess, I should probably get you back down. Oh, but he wouldn't have any more of those. Ooh, I'm gonna need to make some more potions.
Who knows? Maybe we could start some sort of business with those flying carts. Just getting people up here. Or even just traveling around.
Maybe one of these days. But, you're gonna need a way back down, aren't you?
Yeah, most likely.
That is correct, and we also need the wagon back down, because we're kind of just borrowing the wagon.
What was the sword called?
I'll get Jorn to give the wagon back. It'll be fine. I just gotta make a few more of those potions. Let's see. And he turns around. He starts like pulling some random levers and everything on a machine behind him. And then all of a sudden, you see the portal turn from like a white to like a kind of like a light blue. And he goes, 1 second. And he walks over, and you see him. You see him take an apple, and he just chucks it through, and then you see it basically fire it back, but now it's like sliced into very thin layers like chips, and he goes, wrong place. And he goes over and he starts pulling some other levers, and you see it turn red, and some fire blazes out of the side of it. And he goes, up, 1 sec, wait a minute, one, and oh, there we go. This should be good. And then it turns white again, and he goes, I think we should be good now.
You got another apple to throw in there, or are you just gonna send us through?
Oh, right. And he goes over and he grabs a random plate and he throws it, and you hear a cracking of a plate on the other side, and he goes, yeah, I think we're good.
All right, good.
Sounds safe enough.
I'm just gonna jaunt. I'm gonna start doing the Macarena through the portal.
Okay. Yeah, so you do the Macarena through the portal, and you pop out on the other side, and the other side happens to be in town square of Hector.
Nice.
And there's just
more
this random
specifically,
plate in
you
front of
come
you.
out right inside the fountain, so now your pants are soiled by the water.
Well, as it does.
Yep.
What was the sword called?
Fenrir.
Fenrir.
If you're trying to look it up on D&D Beyond, it doesn't exist.
Ah, that would make sense. All right.
Okay, so the rest of you go through too?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So all of you go through one by one, and just as basically the last one, Gel, you're just about to like step through. You see Yorna get to the top of the elevator with like a stack of books, and he goes, "Yo, leaving already?"
I guess we are. It was nice seeing you.
Oh, yeah, it's
Good luck on helping out with the rune magic.
oh, yeah, thanks, and good luck on your adventures.
Yep. Good luck with all your research. See ya. And Gel goes to the portal.
Macarena. Eh, Macarena.
Novos is just doing the Macarena in
Yeah.
The fountain.
In the fountain. Yeah, so all of you pretty much start getting out of the fountain, except for Novos, who's still doing the Macarena. And you see people like start to set stuff back up, trying to, live their life as normal, other than huge explosion. And it seems, they're getting set up and trying to spend the last couple of hours right before sunset to do this, to live a little bit out. And so you see people kind of like starting to gather in town square again, trying to go through the market stuff. Guards still guarding that huge crater that's like kind of sitting right on the edge of town square pretty much. And yeah, you're all just kind of sitting there now in a bustling little town square area.
Well, that was an adventure. Does anybody know what Fenrir actually is?
It's a wolf.
Ah,
A mythical
it's-
wolf.
Yeah, it's a mythical ice wolf.
interesting.
And just
I'm-
as you say that, you see fireworks fire out of the fountain itself into the sky. And as that happens, you then hear the winners of the magic competition of Hector is the team of Novos from the Guild of Hestia and Minora, also from the Guild of Hestia.
Nice.
And you see people look over, they, some people start cheering, but others just kind of ignore the whole thing. And you see the sword in front of you start to glow. And as it does, you just, out of nowhere, you see, like, basically letters appear on the side. One sec. And the sword etches in a brand new set of a brand new set of like letters that doesn't spell Fenrir. I don't know what the fuck this is, but it does not spell Fenrir. It's something else. And you see a new sword appear. The sword basically has new etchings on the side of it going down the blade. And now you get to enjoy that amazing sword.
Oh, cool. Look at a sword.
So, yep, it is a sword.
It was about time Noah's got something cool.
I mean, I have my spider staff, but I can just climb walls and shoot people with my webs, if you know what I
Also-
mean.
Yeah, when you touch yourself.
Yeah, when I touch myself, I shoot webs. I can also turn invisible by touching myself.
He turns invisible by touching himself, and he also shoots webs by touching himself. What the fuck?
Namos is a magic character.
Quote unquote magic.
And so, all of you are now sitting there, completed your adventure, you are done.
I grab the sword and I start doing the Macarena with the sword in hand.
Just make sure you don't cough your head.
Yeah, and so as
You
he's
don't, like,
sitting there
cough your head.
doing the Macarena, the rest of you are just like feeling like secondhand embarrassment and stupidity from this guy, as you might have just lost a few brain cells. And
Gale kind of like wanders off just to not be away, just not to be there.
Same.
yeah, the rest of you just start wandering off, leaving Novos to sit there, do the Macarena with the sword, and as
Still
you
in the
go off,
fountain, isn't he?
so what?
He's still in
Yeah,
the
I'm
fountain.
pretty
Yeah, no,
sure
he's
I'm
in the
still
fountain.
fountain,
Yeah. And so as he does this stupid thing, we close the curtain on this grand adventure and allow that to be the end of today's episode. When we come back, we will all be inside of the tavern as you will decide what to do next. But that is where we're going to end it for this episode of The Path to Supernova, with Novos doing the Macarena in the fountain.
As it should, as all things should be.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for that.
All I can
next
think
level.
of is
Same.
all I can think of is Hotel Transylvania. We're doing the Macarena.
That's essentially the vibe I was going for.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Man. So, that's pretty much this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. And please comment, where do you think our party will end up next? And do you think that they will be on such a grand adventure such as this one? And what are your predictions on maybe the reason that the Mage Killer even did all of this? Go ahead and put everything down below. And we will see all of you later.
He needed a Snickers bar. That's what it was.
Ah, yeah,
Mm,
you're not you when you're hungry.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for joining us once again. This is the cast of eDIOCRACY saying, peace out. Have an amazing night or day wherever the heck you are, and we will see all of you in the next episode of The Path to Supernova. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.
Macarena.
Bye.